let's just roll right into it with USC being picked third in the coaches poll, behind in the Pac-12, behind Utah number 1, Oregon number 2. It mirrors what the Pac-12 media poll also said, that had USC finishing third behind Utah 1, Oregon 2. So some USC fans might be angry. From my point of view, it's beautiful. Like, it's free motivation for Lincoln Riley. It doesn't cost him a game. It doesn't cost him any money. He has an easy motivational tool to just throw in front of his players. Okay, Pac-12 media doesn't believe in us. National college football coaches, they don't believe in us. He can easily sell an us against the world. We're being disrespected. We're not being valued. We're not being taken seriously. It's great for a coach. So I understand if fans are upset, and I will readily say, wait, coaches think that an Oregon team quarterbacked by Bo Nix is better than a USC team quarterbacked by Caleb Williams? So just, logically, my own mind, of course, I would not have USC behind Oregon. But hey, if the coaches and the Pac-12 media want to motivate the Trojans, that's great. That's great from where I sit. And it also gets the fans nice and riled up here on the Voice of College Football.
So, Matt, my approach to preseason polls, and I will have a preseason ranking. Some people call it a poll. If you've got multiple people involved tabulating votes, it's a poll, but it will be my personal ranking. So it's not a poll. Is that until they play, you can rank teams whatever you want. If you want to rank Kansas number 1, Syracuse number 2, Rutgers number 3, go at it. I am not critical of that, because until they play, it's either a list of teams that you believe to be the 1 through 25 teams in the country, or you are making some level of prediction. Some people view it as, I look at the schedule, I'm making a prognostication as to what I believe is going to happen at season's end. Other people say, don't look at the schedule. I'm just ranking the best team in the country, the second best team in the country, the third best, all the way to the 25th best teams in the country. And that's how I approach it. So to your point, I would think that maybe there's some backlash based on what's happened here in the last 2 months concerning USC and UCLA, possibly nationally, but maybe more so in the Pac-12 among media, to say we're going to put them in their place until they prove us differently. Why don't we knock them back a little bit? They are coming off, and you more so than any team or any program in the country separate 2021 and what happened versus 22 at USC. But still, until they prove anything, they were a 4-8 football team last year.
Yeah, that's true. When in terms of my view of polls, just in case Trojan fans, people watching here on the Voice of College Football don't know where I come from on the question of polls, I think we shouldn't have any polls until November. I think we should just watch September and October football, take it all in, evaluate the teams, see who's good, see who's not, look at the good matchups, look at the cream puff schedules, home, road, neutral, weigh it all, put it in a blender. And then in November, then let's talk polls. Then let's talk playoff. Then let's talk about all those kinds of pursuits for various prizes. So that's where I come at it. So like preseason poll, it's junk food, but obviously it's going to get a rise out of people. One of the particular points you made is that sometimes people make their preseason poll evaluations as a projection, not so much like they think one team's better, but they're already forecasting the playoff. And that's really what poisons the well, because when poll rankings are basically projections, these teams have the inside track to the playoff, so I'm going to put them 1 through 4. We have immediately discarded which team is actually better. And it's not about, it ceases to become evaluating two teams and how good they are. It's just about projections. And that's the same school of thought, which for decades has informed college football preseason polls. This team was the national champion. They still have a lot of people back, so they get preseason number 1. Just because they did the best job most recently, or they're the national champions, so they get the benefit of the doubt. We have already shifted. When you do that, you have already shifted the discussion away from who's going to be the best team in that given season, because you're basing it on something else. You're basing it on the past. And that is not how we get the right evaluation of these teams within the course of this season, that's how college football rankings discussions immediately go off the tracks, and it's something that's driven me crazy for a very long time.